Good evening, everyone. During today's session, we'll discuss a research-led program that will study the changing context in which global financial firms operate and how international financial management functions. Welcome to ULTV Student Diaries. I'm Shefali Shrivastava, Marketing and Communication Manager at University Level. A MSc in International Financial Management will equip you with an insider perspective of complex global financial environment and teach you how to operate successfully within through studies, markets, and institutions, corporate finance, and decision-making skills. To share more light on the subject, we have Kalpesh Ambekar with us.
Hello.
Hi, Kalpesh. Welcome to ULTV. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Shefali?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. And before we dive into the conversation, the main, context, but we recently covered financial technology, MSc Financial Technology with Shreya Johari, and she shared a lot of insight around the topic. Now, we want to understand how is this different from that? How financial technology is different from international financial management?
Okay. So financial technology is basically you are learning, like you're going through technology. So many things like today's market is changing. Okay. So there are in financial technology, Python is used. Many digital things are used. So let's say digital lending is one of the most recent things where you can give loan to someone in a digital way. So that is one of the thing. But financial management, international financial management is quite different from financial technology. So in many aspects. So where I study international financial management in Queensbury. So, and my background is I was an analyst in a company. So, major financial management majorly focuses on analysis of the data. So, let's say you take you take an annual report of a company, let's say from 2019 to 2020. Okay, and you want to predict some data like over the years for 2023. So all the years of analysis you are using to predict the data, that is where financial management comes in. So another way of presenting financial data is through Excel. So many data are like use many ratios are used. So there are PE ratios, EPS, dividend per share, many things are involved. So in that you can like use this financial analysis for this is the brief idea of financial management.
Okay, so all those technical jargons are because of you guys.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're going to be in so much trouble now because I'm pretty sure many of our viewers will ask so many questions around it. Anyhow, so what I could understand, the international financial management is more around what we covered initially is a research-led program.
Yes.
You study the pattern across the years, what's going to be next. For example, recently recession has come, so you must have all the analysts who are working on this or who have been working on this
Uh,
have already identified this pattern earlier. Whereas
yeah.
fintech is more about creating a safe space for all your financial
Yes.
transactions and saving you from any kind of cybercrime and all. Correct?
Yes, it is.
Great, great. Okay, now let's start with our main conversation. So, how has been your life so far at Queen Mary University?
Uh, it is really amazing, I can say. Like after I came to London, I had no problem. Like I came to my accommodation, all my stuff were there over here, and I was like, wow. And I came over here, I settled like in 2, 3 days. I went to uni. My university is so amazing. I love it. It's just like 15 minutes away from my accommodation, but via tube, of course. But it is really amazing. Like it has great exposure to like there are many different type of people who are there, and I have learned so much from them. I,
So,
see,
yeah, I
yeah,
can.
I love it. I love it over here.
So, okay, I should actually ask, how was London? How is London so far? Not was. How is London so far?
London is very amazing because it's Christmas now. It's like Oxford
It's
Circle is
almost
one of
holiday times.
yes, Oxford Circle is my go-to place nowadays. It is so beautiful over here. Definitely, there are some restrictions like at night. There are many strikes over here sometimes. That is something I don't prefer. But other than that, London is very amazing, very diverse place, I can say.
Yeah, different nationality people are. Then that's actually international education is all about having exposure to different ethnicity and
Yeah.
culture. So yeah, correct, correct. Now you mentioned that you were working as an analyst previous to this, correct?
Yes.
So is there any requirement, like what's the eligibility to pursue MSc International Financial Management?
Oh, there are some specific requirements. So I have done my MBA from India. So I had no problem in getting into this program. But if you are done bachelor's and you are planning to do MSc, so the first requirement would be you should have an accounting or a finance background. So the major course which come over here are BMS in finance, and then BCom, plain BCom, and that is BAF, a bachelor in accounting and finance. These are the main courses like which because there are some criterias for this course. Yeah.
So
So
these need
this
to be the basic bachelor courses. You should have
bachelor
a
course,
financial background
financial background,
to
and
help you.
statistic or quants background. Yeah.
Okay, stats or cons. Okay.
Yeah.
And just in case if you don't have, you can still pursue, but you'll face a lot of difficulty in grasping
Yes,
the knowledge.
definitely you will face.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So just in case if you want to again go for MSc in financial technology, that's going to be a leap of, jump.
Yeah.
So you
Uh,
can definitely take
Financial
that leap. Yeah.
definite financial technology is something engineers can pursue very easily because they are familiar with Python. They are familiar with different kind of codes. For a commerce background student, it is kind of difficult. But for this, I don't think
For
a commerce
management, they can
student.
still go ahead
Yeah.
with this. Yeah. For
Yes.
management, they can still go. It's just that they need to have that heart for stats and numbers.
Yes.
They need to be in love with numbers, what I can understand.
Yeah.
Correct,
Yes.
correct. Now you said that you have been working, and I believe this is a third master's technically we see
Yes. Yes.
with respect to Indian context. So how did you plan this whole journey? What was the funding option? Was it always in your picture that you are going abroad for your masters and all? So was this
So
long-term planning or was it all of a sudden?
okay. So this started when I went to Singapore in 2019. That was my college trip. So I went there and I was like, wow, this is a beautiful place and I really want to do something in abroad. Then after completing my MBA, I started working in a corporate firm, and then I was like after 1.5 year I did 1.5 year job, and then afterwards, I was like, in the first 6 months, I was like, no, I will study, like, I will definitely go abroad now. So this is when I started preparing for my IELTS in July. And for a month, I was like just doing my work and preparing for my IELTS. And in September, I gave my exam. My parents were like, do whatever you want. We will see.
They
You
were
just
like,
clear
you're a
the.
gone kid. We don't want
Yeah.
to waste any more energy on this.
Yeah. So they were like, you clear your exams and then we will see about this. Okay, and afterwards I cleared my IELTS, and there was one interview which happened for me. I don't know why, because I don't know what was the case, but Queen Mary did take an interview of me. I don't know other students had an interview or not, but I definitely had one. So there were some basic finance questions, and they wanted to check like, do you have that kind of potential to work? Because it is an analytical part, and you have to be good with it. So that was one of it. And afterwards, I I applied in October. Yeah, I applied in October and I got my unconditional offer letter in November end after 2 months. So yeah, I was very happy. Like Queen Mary was my like one of the top list. Like,
Okay,
it is a really good university. So yeah,
so you
definitely.
got your dream university also.
Yes. And I totally want, like, I don't know if I should take the name, but Fateh Education really helped me with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem, no problem. Okay,
Yeah.
so did you took any kind of loan or what? How did
Yeah.
you fund this whole, study? Because
Yeah.
now you've already mentioned your parents are like, okay, you give exam, Kalpesh, we'll see what will happen. And
Mhm.
now when the results are done, what would their take? And how did you
Uh,
plan this whole thing?
so my mom was very supportive about this, very supportive about this. She was like, go, you want to go, then I will definitely help you. And we did take a loan. First, we were going for an unsecured loan, but some fundings were like, no, like it was not coming into it. So we had to take a secured loan. So I took loan from HDFC Credila, and they gave a pretty good uh, interest rate, I can say, like a pretty good, decent interest rate. So yeah, uh, I will definitely recommend like you should go for loan because this is something when you have a responsibility upon yourself, you are very serious about doing the things. But if you don't have anything, now you are like, okay, it will happen. So that is my take on this.
So this gives you that push that is needed, right?
Yeah, yes, definitely.
Correct, correct. So you took the loan and then all set, right?
No,
Okay,
definitely.
still
So
some
what
things are
happened?
pending.
Yeah, many things were pending. So this happened. I took the loan in March. I paid my fees and everything. And April came. Okay, and I was like, I was applying for visa and all. And then I was like, oh, I have to book accommodation. Oh God, I have to book accommodation. And by that time, all the student accommodation in our university were all sold out. I was like, shit. My dad was very furious at that time because he was like, I told you to book your accommodation. I told you to book your accommodation, but you were like, no, we will do it. And then I went to a seminar with Fateh Education, and then I got to know about university living. Okay. And actually, I got to know about it. And afterwards, I was like, okay, I will just contact with them. Let's see how it goes because there are many
Right.
uh,
There are the
there are many,
providers.
yeah, there are many other providers which I was like, let's see. Then I got in touch with Vaibhav. Uh, he was like so supportive. I used to call him at night. I still remember. Used to call him at night at 7:38 and we're like, yes, Kalpesh, you will get the accommodation. Don't worry. We are finding because everything was like I had a fixed budget. Okay, so like I could spare about 170 to 200 pounds per week. So that was my budget. Like, don't worry, you will get it. And I wanted it near my uni because it's like traveling for like 40 minutes to 1 hour. It's not the case because you have to study also. You have to do part-time also. That was in my head. And I was like, okay. And after like, and yes, also, I also took, I got to meet on a friend on WhatsApp and we both like took this accommodation together and it really benefited both of us. Like it was
Great,
really amazing.
great. Okay, I want to understand one thing. So you were asking Vaibhav again and again for accommodation because you were fearing that you're not getting accommodation, or you were afraid of the dad? Because your father said correctly that you should have booked an accommodation on time.
Afraid of my dad, definitely.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Now moving further in the whole conversation, you mentioned that Queen Mary University is doing wonder, and it has been your, of course, dream university. Now, how did the university helped you to grow as a person? Everybody goes through a phase, you have moved to London, you were here in India with your parents, and then you also moved to you also went to Singapore earlier, but still now you are achieving the dream that you planned for yourself. How did the whole university things fits in, and how it has helped you grow as a person?
First of all, doing a 1 year course is so difficult. I'm telling you, it's very difficult. But the thing is, you get to know time management with this. Definitely. When you're doing a corporate job, it is like you are doing just a corporate job. But when you're studying abroad, you have to study, you have to manage, you have to cook, so many things. And Queen Mary was like Queen Mary definitely like gave me that essence. Like, uh, I have an instance where I was in a class, accounting class, and I had a conversation with my professor, and I told him like I want to study analysis and everything, and he actually helped me with some other courses. So there are some LinkedIn courses you can do which are not free, but he recommended me that and showed me how to go in that, and I'm doing it currently, and it is like it also it helps you in your CV, I can say. Like when you're applying for jobs,
Right.
it will actually help you because there are career departments. Your professors are so nice. If you call them and like you have to email them for an appointment and everything, but once you have a conversation with them, I also had a conversation with my PhD ma'am. Okay, she Dr. Tara, and she actually guided me through this PhD journey, like whom I can talk with, whom I can have that research paper thing, everything. So like Queen Mary has been actually very exciting. It's just been 2 months, but it is different. It is really different from India. You
Of
actually
course.
have to put efforts.
Yeah, efforts I believe you have to put in India also. But yeah, over there, it's more in a detailed part that you want to achieve. So
Yes,
that I see.
actually.
Correct, correct. Now moving forward, you mentioned that there are different clubs, there are different career departments and all that. So Queen Mary also has a different clubs. What kind of clubs one should join to have a better career start?
Uh, I the club thing I'm not very sure about, but definitely there are many job fairs which are held in university. But I will definitely recommend you should always have a keen eye. So like there are many job fairs conducted in our locality itself. So once I was in Stratford, and there is a Westfield Mall over there, and there was one like job fair going on where they were hiring. They were not hiring, they were just taking our email IDs and everything, and they were contacting candidates. So yeah, definitely it's just not about university, but also there are many other things also you can check upon. But definitely, there are some nice because recently a job fair happened in our university, and a accounting company came over there, and it had really good package. But for freshers, there are great opportunities if you apply from Oc- from now. So like October, November, December, it is a peak time for graduate. As I'm like I have experience, so I have to wait. But for graduate, there are many graduate schemes, so you can definitely apply for that if
Okay.
any of the students are really interested.
Okay. Okay. Now, what advice would you like to give to students who are planning to study abroad?
First thing, plan ahead. So it's like I planned like a year before. So like giving my IELTS, giving like applying for colleges. Select your first thing I will definitely do. Don't go to that university because it has a good ranking. Go to that university if it has a good course. That is the first thing I will definitely recommend. Because if you don't enjoy the course, you will not do good in it. If you not do good in it, then I don't think you can get a job, or like, you should enjoy what you are doing. Otherwise, it will be very difficult.
Okay.
Other than that, plan your accommodation like from December itself, or I will say November itself. Once you get your unconditional offer, plan your accommodation because there are like housing crisis going on over here, and there are friends who are actually still looking for. Some friends live at my place sometimes because they don't have places. So it is like you
Yeah.
should really plan it well.
Yeah.
Touch wood, I'm so happy with my accommodation. It is nearby. I love my room. You should definitely book it ahead. One thing I loved about university living was I got my kitchen equipments, my bathroom equipments at my place. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to pay that some amount. Like
Room
it was
essential
like,
kit.
yeah, room essential. So it was like 12,000 rupees. And I was like, everything was delivered at my place. And when I came from like when I landed in London, I was like, oh, everything is there.
So you
I
didn't have to
didn't
carry that one extra baggage. Everything
actually.
was at one.
And I have seen people paying extra 4,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees for that. I'm just like, why? And it was my dad's recommendation. I will definitely say it again. It was my dad's book it, bro. He was like, book it. Why do you want to take so many things with you? And I'm like, okay, dad.
I think I think we should definitely invite your dad over the speaker as a speaker rather than you joining us, because what I can understand, he has been the right motivation. He has been
Yes,
that Indian father that every kid needs, and every
yes,
kid kind of sometimes runs away, try to run away from them. But yeah, he's
yes.
absolutely right at the end.
Yes, because my dad was working abroad, so he knows about these things, so like how you should manage things and everything. So he helped me. Like first, he was not very supportive about it, but afterwards, he was like, no, he
That's
will do it
that's how
properly.
dads are.
Yes,
Okay. Now you mentioned that your friends are going through some, they
housing
still haven't
crisis.
find the accommodation, and of course we all are aware are about the housing crisis happening across the globe right now. You are living in a PBSA, in a student housing building. How is this different from apartments? Because there's a conception around this that apartments are cheaper and student housing is expensive. It's better to have an apartment rather than the student housing. And I'll book, or what, like I'll book once I land over there. So if someone has this kind of perception, what is your take on this?
I will definitely not recommend that thing. It's like I found like student housing is amazing. I really love it because I have been to my friend's place who lives in an apartment and I really don't like it. It's like you're paying around like 800 to 900 pounds a month, and I don't think I will recommend that. It's like you're not getting amenities, you are not like I don't feel like you
All the
should rent
maintenance
an
and everything is on your own head rather than.
yeah, you have to pay for light bills, you have to pay for water bills, like you're paying 900 pounds and still you have to pay. So it will go like 1,000 to 1,100 pounds and it's crazy. It's better to have a student accommodation. It is so amazing. I love my room. I just love my room.
Okay, so we'll definitely do the room tour really soon. But
Yes,
that's like, you have to still pay the extra bills, whereas in student housing, all
yes,
these utility bills are covered in the rental that.
yes, yes.
Okay.
And one more thing, it is very neat. Student housing is very neat, like in every aspect. If I go down, it is super clean. My house is super clean. My corridor is super clean. I love that. And first of all, this is like a single room, like I'm only staying. I don't have to share it with anybody. So like if I am paying such a decent amount, like 800 to 9, why should I share with it someone? Why? It is my room. I love it. So
Right. You
definitely
have your own privacy
student,
and your own,
yes. Like when I can work on my things, I can work late night. So like I love to work in night. Okay, so at 3 o'clock also I can do my assignments properly. My roommate will please close the light. I want to sleep. These things don't happen. This is my room.
right, right. You definitely mentioned a very important point that, it's your own room, your privacy matters a lot. And of course, you are there for studying, and yeah, you just do it on your own way. You're
Yes,
ultimately paying more. By the end of the day, if you calculate, you'll be paying more in
actually,
apartments rather than the student housing.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
there's,
I
apart from that, a lot
there
of
are some
tension
things
around it.
I there are some things I really don't understand. Uh, like you're paying more, you have to go through all that hassle. Like like every month you have to go to pay your electricity bill, your water bill. Otherwise, because like few days back I went to my friend's place, and there he was like uh, the light went off, and electricity went off in the morning. I was like, bro, what happened? They're like, no, bro, I haven't paid the bill. That's why I have to go now. Like he had to walk for 10 to 15 minutes to that place, and then the electricity came. I was like, I'm so happy.
Got it. Now you should definitely suggest student housing to that friend of yours.
Actually, I suggested. I gave them a number also.
Okay. Okay, great. Great. Now we have already discussed a little part of this earlier in the conversation, but again, what made you choose QMUL over any other university in UK or across the globe? And why do you think that QMUL is different with respect to your course?
Okay. Queen Mary, first of all, comes in Russell Group, and that was my first target. So I was like, I wanted a Russell Group university, and Queen Mary is one of the best universities if you want to learn finance and law. It is like the best because for law, it has a ranking of seventh around the world, I guess. And for finance, it has a pretty decent, like a 17th ranking in UK. So I think so. It is a very good rank. So that was my first preference. And other than that, some of my friends are over here and they have pretty good reviews for finance. I will definitely say finance.
Okay, so you
Uh,
already had done all your research, which you mentioned that everything
yes,
needs to be planned ahead, and which we always say this is a mantra every time. plan ahead, do the right research, and you'll find, all the right answers.
Actually,
We are almost done. But there's one very important question. London is known for their expense, and recently there has been like huge hike over there also.
I know.
Now, how are you managing cost of living over there, and what is the total cost of living?
Okay, so excluding your parties, definitely. So your monthly expense, your traveling, and let's say other things, 30,000 rupees per month. That is 300 pounds per
Rupees,
month.
300 pounds.
Okay, 300 pounds per month.
This does not
Uh,
include accommodation.
no, no, no. This doesn't include accommodation,
Yeah.
definitely. Because I think so for food we are paying around like 15 to 16,000. And for traveling, let's say if you want to go to Central, okay, so the Central, if you want from my place, Central is like for like 20, 25 minutes, and it costs around you like £5, something like that. So if we calculate the whole amount, that would be like 25,000 to 30,000 is the minimum you can expect to spend over here.
Understood. Understood. So 300 pound, 300 to
Yes,
400 pound is something that we can expect over. And
yes,
how are you
yes.
managing it? Like,
Uh, so as I told you, I was working, so I had some savings for this. So for 2 months, I was very chill. Like I had my things, I got my things sorted. Now I'm currently like I'm searching for part-time, and I hope so I will get my part-time in some days. So definitely part-time is one of the good options. Other than that, freelancing, I will definitely if someone is like into freelancing. I'm an artist, so I do freelancing. I make portraits of people. So I get some funding from that. So, yeah,
right, right. Great. Great, Kalpesh. I think,
yes. Other than that, scholarship. So that would be uh, when I applied for university university scholarship, they rejected me because I had done my masters from India. So they wanted someone who has done just bachelor's and applying for their first masters over here. And I was like, oh God, I have to like I like even if you're like so like you can say capable of getting a scholarship, but you're not getting it. And that was very disappointing. But university living actually came, you can say like a angel or something like that. So uh, one of their team member called me and they were like, uh, have you applied for scholarship? I'm like, what scholarship? So they told me it's there is a scholarship which if you have done some social work, then you can apply for that. And uh, I did social work in my MBA days, so it was like 2 years ago, and I used to do some, but I didn't have so many pictures of that. So, but luckily, I had some pictures when I did social work in my MBA days. So I was like, they told me create a video and send it to us, and if you get shortlisted, definitely we will like you can get a scholarship of around 2,500 pounds to 1,500 pounds. I'm like, that's a very huge amount if we consider. Like it's always like it can manage almost your 3 to 4 months
living
expenses.
expense.
Yes, actually. So I was like, okay, I will apply for it. And by God's grace, I got it. And I was so happy that time because I was not expecting. I was like, okay, I have to manage now everything, like through my savings, everything. I was so happy and I got the money and like university living actually helped me in everything, like sorting my accommodation, sorting my kitchen essentials, bathroom essential, everything. I was so happy. And the scholarship thing was like cherry on the cake.
Thank you so much, Kalpesh, for such kind words. And we are really happy to help you in your journey and to create that difference that gives that smile or that shine and smile on your face. Now we are almost done with our conversation. We are not almost, we are actually done. And you've already given the advice for the aspiring students. But again, last final 2 cents of wisdom that you want to share with the students or the viewers.
Uh, Plan ahead, take a course you like. Don't do it in peer pressure. My friend is taking that course, then I know because you're investing around like 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs. Please don't waste it because it's your parents' hard-earned money. Please don't waste it. And be confident, everything will work out. Yeah, that would be it on my side.
Right.
And yes, uh, sort your accommodations, please. It's very hard. It's really very hard to find accommodations over here. It's very hard. Please sort your accommodation as soon as possible. When you get your unconditional, before applying for visa, apply for accommodation, because accommodations give you that edge that you can, if you don't get your visa on time, you can cancel it and get your refund and everything. So book your accommodations. There is nothing harm in that.
Yeah. It's a
And
backup plan. It's
yeah,
a safe backup plan that you can plan.
and university living is like, will definitely help you properly, like will guide you. Like, yes. And many of my friends have gone through university living itself. If
Yeah.
I may take their name, Aishwarya, Himanshu, many people are there.
Great, great. So finally, on the mantra that we always talk about, that you should prepare well, you should research well, and do not follow the trend just because it's trending in the Twitter world or in social media or your friend is doing. Do it for your own self, because ultimately
Yes,
you are the one who's investing your time, effort, and money into it. Put your
yes.
soul and do it well. So on this note, we'll be closing our session. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you find it useful. Looking forward to seeing you guys next Friday, 5 p.m. Stay tuned to our social media handles for more information. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Kalpesh, for joining us.
Thank you.